Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Whatever time it is, wherever you're coming from, Cowboys Nation, you know the drill. Welcome to the Double XO Show.
What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the Double XO Show. I am your host, Zach White, and with me, as always, Daryl Clark, Canberra Michelle. What is going on today, guys?
Not much.
We have another sign.
A word from our sponsor.
Nick 316. That's good. Would you like to explain that sign? Is there some reasoning behind that?
Man, you heard see John 316 in every NFL stadium. You see John 316. I'm replacing it. I'm going with my boy Nick. Nick 316. He never dies. He lives on.
So you and Stone Cold. That was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And now you have the headphones or everything. We're good to go. We're good to go.
Because of Nick, bro. I'm giving him love. Nick. What you say, bro? Nick 316. That's a movement. I'ma hang this sign in TNT when I go to the game. Nick 316.
Oh, okay. So we have a good show today in store for you guys. We're going to talk and do a little bit of a mini camp update, kind of go over some of the hot topics, some of the things that happened during mini camp. So I know one of them that is getting brought up quite a bit is Micah Parsons, right? Micah Parsons still looking good, still continuing to shine, and he may be the only starter of the rookies to start the season. So I know he's getting those looks at edge, and that is interesting because he can be moved all around the field. I love that they're giving him that opportunity because I think he's going to be damn good at it. And I love that Dan Quinn is going to kind of push that a little bit. And I think honestly that's probably should have been something that happened to Jalen Smith at the beginning of his career. I think obviously Micah Parsons is a better pass rusher overall, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with him, to kind of put him out there standing up. And Cam again, Cam coming through with the win. This is something that you kind of predicted. You said that he could get some looks and maybe a starter out there off the defensive line, even possibly. So here we are, man, with the interesting stuff all over again, and I love it. So what do you guys think about Micah Parsons and his ability? See, he just swiped across the screen right now. See, already he heard us. So what do you guys think about Micah Parsons and his role on this defense?
Well, I think what we've noticed in camp is, like you said, that they're moving him in different positions and everything like that. I think one of the most important factors that we're seeing in that is that Micah Parsons is a smart football player. He is catching on. And one thing that happens with these rookies is they're very afraid to make mistakes. They don't want to fail. And Micah is playing without that fear. He's not there. I don't even think a mistake is in his mind. He's going out there, he's making the plays, he's being able to be moved, and he's doing it in all those positions. So I don't think he's got that rookie stigma keeping him down, and he's showing up.
Love to see it. He's looking like he's going to be a game changer for this team already, early. That's exactly what we wanted within a first-round pick. So
I need to break out my Dennis Green for both you guys.
Do it.
If you want to crown his ass, then crown him. He hasn't played a game yet. I ain't even giving Micah Parsons his star.
Oh, God. Get this man.
Old head came out.
Get this man some salt.
Over helmet, rookie.
This man some salt.
Rookie.
I'm ready to. I'm buying in. You know what? I'm buying in. I said it. I don't care. I'm buying in on the hype train. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for some change. I'm ready to see that 4.3 speed from a linebacker put to work. That's what I'm ready to see. Right. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. Get him off the edge. Let him blitz. Let him have some fun. This kid is maybe, I mean, we're talking Yes, I know. I know what we're talking mini camp, right? It's not even training camp yet, and we're excited, but we're ready for some football. We always do this.
I tell you what, though, man, I love hearing that they're moving around because I think our defense is going to be really dynamic. The ability, can you imagine, a sub package where you get Gregory, Law, and Parsons, our own version of that, bringing back that NASCAR package, and you got LVE and Neal behind them. Can you imagine that? Man, that is just great. That would be a nightmare.
I think that was my starting lineup.
That
was my starting lineup.
It's going to be a sub package. We can't play that out of base, but that is going to be a heck of a sub package to get that kind of athleticism. He is going to scare the hell. I don't know who you got to kick. D-Law, that's the one you kick down as you're under in a certain package. D-Law will be a matchup against any guard, right? And then, Parsons with that speed and Gregory. Oh, my gosh. Like I said, man, can you seriously imagine? That better be 1 Mississippi, 2 Miss. And he ain't even going to get
You got no iffy.
Yes. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful thing to see. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see that today on Thursday because it was a bonding day, a group bonding day. And I'm sure that had something to do with John Fossil's father, Jim Fossil, passing away. And just take a moment to appreciate every day with your family, and especially coming so close to Father's Day. We salute him, and our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family at this time. But Todd Archer also reported that Neal and Parsons took first team reps on Wednesday, so that is something that is a little bit interesting too. And we're talking about all these packages, and that may just be part of it. Maybe you got your speedier linebackers out there ready to make plays on third down or whatever it may look like. This is all going to be so much fun, and I love this linebacking group that we have right now because there's so much room for these guys. So, but we'll stick to the defensive side of the ball as of right now. We know Nahshon Wright has been getting a lot of talk, a lot of hype about him continuing to just kind of build. He's just building on practice, and that's what you got to do when you come in here as a rookie. You got to just build. You got to build every day and just get better and better and better. And he's been a lot of the talk. He's been continuing to do that. And on the opposite side of that, you got Kelvin Joseph, who's kind of just came back from sickness to see a little bit of mini camp. And just the reports are that he's just not quite in shape, and we need to see a lot more from him. So originally I had him coming in and taking that CB2 spot with Kelvin Joseph, but now it's sounding more and more like every day that Anthony Brown may be that guy. So what do you guys think about that as far as Nahshon Wright, Kelvin Joseph, Anthony Brown? What are we doing at that CB2 position?
I think it's early. Look, man, to make any assumptions and crown anybody for depth chart, because of OTAs, and what I mean, in minicamp is, it's crazy. Look, they got they got a high second invested in that guy. He would have to be, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but look, ultimately, do I think he will get on the field? Absolutely. Whether he starts or not, inconsequential. Do I think he, is going to see a lot of time on the field this year? Yeah, I do. Their roster and depth at the cornerback position almost dictates. That guy would have to be really bad not to, get a lot of reps, and he'd have to be injured or really bad. And so if he's healthy, he'll see the field. I don't know anything about. Look, I'm reading just like you guys about the kid out of Oregon State. But again, it's minicamp, right? I want to see the guy. I think it's going to be tried and true to see him win against second and third string wide receivers. And the preseason is going to dictate a lot. Starting with the Hall of Fame game, on the 5th. I think you're going to see a couple of our rookies. I think you're going to see Jabril Cox, and I think you're going to see Nahshon Wright they may not come off the field in preseason. They're going to get them so many reps because they want to see if those guys are what they think they are. They should actually do really well against other teams, second and third stringers. Those guys should actually, fare well. So I'm looking forward to our preseason guys. I've never been excited. I've never been a big preseason guy, but with this draft class, I'm actually looking forward to our preseason.
I agree with you, and that's something for these rookies coming in. What a great time to be a rookie, because you have so much time. You have all this extra time with the extra Hall of Fame game, preseason game that we get. You're getting plenty of opportunity to go out there and make a name for yourself and build on something. So these guys have every opportunity in the world. There's really no excuses at this point. So it's still early. There's still plenty of time for these guys to bounce back and kind of prove the naysayers wrong. We'll see what happens with it all. But I know another rookie that's kind of standing out right now is Osa Digizua. Looking like he's getting quite a bit of rotation out there, and that is something it's exciting to see. I think he's one of those guys that we needed to see some change within this defensive front, and between him and Brett Urban, I think you got some guys that are kind of interchangeable, can mix things up and pretty damn good in their own right. So I think that's going to really come a long way into improving our defense and making it easier on this talented young group of linebackers that we currently have on this team. But there is a rookie that has been reported as not doing so well, and that is the offensive lineman, what we all kind of suspected to be our new swing tackle, and that's Ball. Cam, do you have more on that? What is the deal with Ball right now?
I guess a lot of the traits that they picked him for, the athleticism, the feet work, things like that, it's just not showing up. One of the biggest things is he's lacking strength, and it's very evident on the field. The man is not strong enough, and I think he makes practice squad at most right now.
I now know why they picked him, because we love picking players that have not strong at all in their pre-draft workout. Zach, you remember this, bro? I've ranted about this. Connor Williams had that as his, as his scouting report coming out of school, that he wasn't strong at all.
Not strong.
And now you're another player with that same designation. So welcome to Dallas, where we love playing.
Yes.
Oh, we took him in what, the 6th? Or something like that.
Yeah, fifth round, I believe.
Yeah. So that was one that not all. We talked about this in one of the shows. Not all of them are going to make the team, and I think he'll get kicked to practice squad.
Yeah, and I mean it's still. I'm trying to take everything like right now with a grain of salt, right? Because we literally just discussed this. It's early. It's so early. It's still OTAs. I mean, we haven't even made it to training camp yet or preseason. I mean, these guys got time. They got time. So we'll see what ends up happening. But speaking of time, this is a concern, and I don't know how much time is necessarily on his side. But Amari Cooper's injury is still lingering, according to reports from Ian Rappaport. And so it's kind of one of those deals where we don't know where we're necessarily at. Will he or will he not be available by training camp? The hope is that he can kind of pull through, but it's something to definitely be concerned about. We've been seeing a lot of his chess matches with Micah Parsons. That's some funny stuff. If you haven't seen that, make sure to tune into that. Basically what happened is Amari Cooper filmed him, and he got him in checkmate, and he told him, why are you going to call me out like that, Rook? And then Micah Parsons comes out today and puts a video where he actually got him a checkmate. It was good stuff. It's good comedy all the way around, so definitely make sure to check that out. But speaking of injuries, one more thing. Go ahead.
I'm watching you, Z, because you like to throw sneaky shade at Amari, bro. And you know that he is one of my favorites. You like to throw that sneaky shade at Amari. That brother's a top 5 wide. Let me tell y'all something about Amari. I'm gonna give you a prediction. If he plays all 16 games with Dax,
or how about 17, because we play 17 now.
All right. That man with Dak's maturity, right? And Dak has gotten better with some things. If we go back, guys, and we watch 2 years ago, Dak, where that thing with him, where he's progressed, where he understands where to go with the ball quicker, right? Amari Cooper's going to be all pro. If he plays all with Dak's maturity, and if we watch some games, there were games where Dak just did not see or trust that Amari, he wasn't thrown to a spot. Amari was beating his guy off the line, and Dak was holding it a little bit too long. And I don't think he does that so much anymore because of that growth and because of that element. I literally think Amari, he left like 300-400 yards on the field. That first 2019 season, and I said, 2 years of maturity from Dak Prescott. I think Amari Cooper is going to mess around and be an All-Pro here.
I was going to ask you guys, how important do you think training camp is that Amari's part of it? He's not going to learn. What's he going to learn? Route running?
No. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's just about making sure that, he's ready to go for the season, that he's in shape. Do we want to necessarily kill him, especially these vets that have been doing it for years? No, because it's just going to put them in a situation where they could see injuries. But you got to think about it from the opposition, too, if they're not necessarily in shape because they haven't been there and they're not in football shape, which is a completely different kind of shape. It also, could lead to injuries. So that's one of those catch-22 things. But I agree with where you're coming from. No one is throwing shade at Amari Cooper. I love Amari Cooper. We discussed this on one of the last shows. Top 3, maybe even, we'll go with top 3 for now. Maybe even the best. But top 3 in route running ability. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's amazing. Sweet feet. I just call him Sweet Feet Amari. That's what he is. Beautiful thing. I love Amari Cooper. But since we're on this topic, let's go ahead and jump into something else. I almost surprised y'all. We're going to go ahead and give our way too early predictions of what we could see potentially throughout this season. At the end of the season, what are we predicting? Are we going to see an MVP from this team? Are we going to see a Defensive Player of the Year? Give me something with some accolades. And I'm going to go ahead and start it off since we're talking about wide receivers. You see, where was it? You see this? Wait, you see that number right there? You see that? That's 88. CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is going to have the most receiving yards on this team this year. And I'm going to go ahead and say he breaks 1,400 yards.
You saying that with your chest?
Saying it with my chest, baby. CeeDee Lamb. Sedarian. Let's go. Let's go. The new 88. The time has begun. 1,400 yards. Now, floor is y'all's. What do we got? Give me something good. It better be juicy.
2.
Oh, 2?
I have 2. Okay. I think this team is going to have 2 All-Pros. I think Ezekiel Elliott is going to be an All-Pro, and I think Amari Cooper is going to be an All-Pro. Not Pro Bowl, All-Pro. Oh. I think those, you know what I mean? I think Dak, Dak obviously has to have a phenomenal season for those guys to be All-Pro, but at that position where there can only be one, I think he's having to go up against that bad man up in Kansas City. You know what I mean? That throws the ball and slings it with his thing too. So Dak is gonna do well, but I really do think that Amari Cooper is I don't think there's a matchup for him, and I think Zeke's a bad boy. I think he's a top 3 running back in the league. So everyone slept on him and talked some trash about him. That's a bad boy.
I agree. I'm ready to see the comeback. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be beautiful. Cam, give us yours.
Okay. Well, so I'm gonna add on to his little All-Pro thing, and I think Zach Martin comes back and kills it this season, and he's All-Pro, 100%. I'm gonna jump back.
That's too easy. That's too easy.
No, I know that.
He should be an All-Pro every year.
Micah Parsons is the most sacks on our team. I'm going there. I'm doing it.
Damn.
Rook is gonna go off.
So are we gonna call
my D-Line's gonna be like, oh shit.
I'm gone.
I'm gone.
So is he going to be, if he gets the most sacks on this team, is he going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year as well?
Yes. Going there.
Boom.
With my chest.
Extra prediction.
Ooh.
Cheers, boys.
Ooh.
Mine was like this. Hers is like this.
No, mine's a little. I'm a little fancier. We got a little finesse going on with that one.
All right, guys, it's been another episode of the Double XO Show. Make sure to tune in to the Double XO Show. Nick 316, you especially as well. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click that notification button so you can check out all the great content we got coming out in the very near future. We out.